And maybe this could be you on the big screen if you do sign up into Krunker Pro League itself. Maybe you can win some prizes as well. Make sure you guys check out our Discord. I think our moderators in chat will be linking you guys the Discord link, so make sure that you guys join in and grab some couple friends. You can even play by yourself. We always have signups ready for people that do play solo, and it's going to be a very great experience overall. But you know, if you do get friends, it's also going to be a nice friend bonding experience. So guys, make sure you check out our Discord down below, and also drop us a follow on our Twitter and Twitch. Coming through here, and it seems like we already started. How about you take us away for the first point here, Kid Fox?
Ace in transit, first frag onto Jameems, but it's leveled up at 2 apiece. Irrational with the scope in hand this time. They're just switching the roles here on the fly. Zero ground. Logic now on the SMG. Jameems on the Famous. They're having a little bit of fun here, just trying things out. Potato on this point have racked up a very good point lead, but Zero ground chomping at their heels here. Potato just finding the frags at the clutch situations. There it is. Ace in transit. You saw take down Jameems at very close quarters. Now Potato come in, but the Irrational and G-Van will have something to say about that. Ace in transit, 2 kills for him, but Jameem says that's enough of that. In comes Jailed. I'm just calling everybody here because it's so spread here. Have a look at the scores. 10 seconds remaining on this point. 250 to Potato, 220 to Zero ground, and everybody just hurling themselves onto the point here. 5 seconds remaining. Logic already setting up next positions here for Zero ground as we go into the next point. It was Potato who had the slight lead, but Zero ground already there and waiting.
And it seems like Nate Shake and Irrational are going to be the only ones on site, but they do make it work, and Zero ground are going to be respawning right back in and ready for action. Primed and ready to be, in fact, and to be precise, actually. And Potato have to make this work, and they do, actually. They are going to be taking control of the site here. Going to be regenning as well, but the push is already going to be happening from Zero ground. Rambo is going to be a little bit overwhelmed with Logic coming through with the 3K, and Jameem's finishing off with the kill onto Rambo's there. And now the site is going to be under Zero ground's influence here, and Potato know that they do have to push through, and they still make it work. Rambo is finding 2, and Jailed and Ace in Transit all finding 1 at the same time, and the peaks are happening once again from Zero ground. Nate's going to be the last one remaining, but it is not going to be successful at all. Potato have been holding this down very well so far, and now they are going to be in the lead. They have to hold on for one more push, and maybe they'll have a nice lead going into the third point here. And the peaks are already happening from Logic and Irrational here, and Jailed and Ace and Trans are going to be the only ones, and the rotates are happening. But Jameebs is going to be playing on the flank. He's going to be playing off of that. Kibble is going to be taken down as well, and we are already at the next point with Irrational all left by himself, and he is going to be taken down at the end.
In comes Jameems, trades it up with Ramboros, but Ace in transit, the third wheel in that date, sends Jameems back to the spawn, and they're just dribbling in here as Zero ground, but they make it work. Logic and Irrational finding 2 frags. Irrational, remember, on the scope here, you can see him having instantaneous effect. Zero ground, start racking up the points. Irrational, with defensive scope positioning, finds 2 frags for his team. Very nicely done indeed. Zero ground now, just starting to run away with this one a little bit. 20 seconds remaining here on this point. Potato at 880. Can they wrestle it back? You can see Ace in transit just raining down from on high, finds 3 kills. Kibble finds the last one, and now Potato have control of the point, but they've only got 2 players there, and now 2 quick frags for Zero ground could just shake things up a little bit, but Ace in transit on the side takes to the skies, and Logic with the knife at the close quarter situation. Primal instincts just coming into play, and he carves him up like a Thanksgiving turkey. Zero ground now with a point lead into this final stage.
And we are seeing this already being neck to neck. This is anybody's game at this point. 44 seconds left, and they are ready for a push. Zero ground taking that first approach, and it's all up to Kibble to win this 1v2 out, actually. And Ace in Transit actually coming through with the rotate. And it is going to be Jailed also on the site, but the push is already happening once again. Logic taking that first approach here. Irrational finding 2, actually. Can he find the third? And he does not, actually. We were seeing that from Nate Jake's perspective there, and he did get the last kill onto the site there, but Potato's still on a lead there. They do have to make these desperate pushes work. Rambo's left in a 1v3 situation. Does find one, can't find another one, and 15 seconds left. Zero ground might actually not be able to make this work. The Potato has to push in at the site now, and with 9 seconds left, Potatoes is going to be very behind now. Rambo's has to touch onto the site here, and they do make it work at the end. My God, Zero ground actually dropping around, and maybe we are seeing a replay of what happened from last time Zero ground went against Vivid Obsidian. Potato has been doing a great job at giving their own Zero ground impressions so far.
That is what I call a round, my man. That was absolutely enormous play. Well done to Potato. Just holding out there against Zero ground. Against all odds, it would seem. Zero ground, like we said, know this map like the back of their hand. It's their backyard. They grew up on these streets. And Potato, wow, they're just rolling in, spud gunning their way through Zero Ground's defenses and just racking up the points in the clutch situations. Kibble at close range takes down Logic with the SMG, but make it 4 quick frags straight up, including 2 for Irrational for Zero Ground. We'll see them hurl themselves onto the point with a fantastic early point lead here. Kibble, though, coming in, lots of HP, but gets taken down. Logic and Irrational get 3 kills between them. G-Van finds the last one. That's Nate Jake. Zero Ground here with a dominant performance here on this first point so far. Ramboros finds 2. Logic, though, finds 2 himself. Calder found the 3rd, but Ace in Transit is there and waiting. And just have a look at how well Ace in Transit abuses the verticality. This guy is metagaming here. And Zero Ground, though, they sweep across Potato like a plague. And just like the famine, no potatoes around on this point. 350 points racking up here. 9 seconds remaining here. Potato try to push in, but Irrational is there and waiting with the Famis. You can already see a 10 kill advantage here for Zero Ground. They set up towards the next point. Potato is trying to push them off it, but no. Irrational says you have to go through me first.
Absolutely. And a little fun fact, Ace in Transit's actually one of the people that actually worked on site. So he knows this map inside and out because this was in his hands at one point. And now the pushes are going to be happening. Logic going to be all around the point here. And Logic with a nice flick onto Rambor, still finishing it onto Kibble there, but Rational picking it up at the end. 33 seconds left. Another peek coming through. He does hit the headshot onto Ace in Transit through the wall, but can't find anything else. Rambor is going for the peek here. Rational going to be taken down. Ace in Transit finding 2 as well. 1 HP to his name. 23 seconds left onto the point here. The pushes are happening, and it seems like someone did disconnect from Zero Ground, so this is a golden opportunity for Potato to catch up. And with 14 seconds left, they did. It was Nate Jake actually disconnecting there, but he did reconnect just on the gist of time. 6 seconds left. Nate Jake is going to be on the point now. And the point is going to be under Zero Ground's influence here as Potato is ready on the 3rd point.
They're there and waiting, like you said, like scarecrows. And you can see Ace in Transit just slaps Jameems out of the sky. 2 for Ace in Transit, but G-Van, Nate Jake finds 3 for himself. That's finger licking good. Potato now pushed off this point, bullied away, if you will. Zero Ground now. 2 players on the point. Make it 3. Jameems, Logic, Irrational, all combining. And they wipe Potato off the face of the map. 33 seconds remaining on this point. They've got a big 4-man quad stack on the point to Zero Ground, but here come Potato. They slide hop their way in. They find 2. They find 3. Jameems, Ramboros with the 1v1 at the end, takes down Jameems and keeps Potato's hopes and dreams alive, but Zero Ground wasting no time. They come back in. Ace in Transit finds 2. Ramboros finds 2. Jameems, he's a menace, and Ace in Transit is there and takes him down. Ace is just an absolute specter on this map. He's a ghost. You never know where he's going to pop out from. And Zero Ground now as we get into this final point at double walls. They do have an advantage, but Potato are coming hard. Sorry, it's construction site.
And now Zero Ground have to make this work out. They are building that lead that they need with 50 seconds left. And the pushes are going to be already happening. Ace in Transit picking up the 1st. Kibble finding the 2nd. And at the last moment there, Ace in Transit actually getting the last kill. And now Potato is going to be all over the site, but Jimmy's already going through here. Now it's going to be a 3v3 situation, and they're still making it work. 1v2 situation for Kibble, but Kibble cannot make it work. Nate getting it at the last second there with 30 seconds left. Ace in Transit still peeking through. Can he find another one? Continuing to peek here. He's going to find another one, but going to be taken down. Logic finding 2. Kibble finding through 2 as well. And the trades are happening back and forth here. This is very dangerous for Potato. They do have to keep holding their ground here.
Ace!
Still overwhelming them, and they're coming through. And Logic and Irrational both pushing in at the same time, and Kibble going for the last peek there. Irrational also remaining alive. And now, at the end, it is going to be Zero Ground conquering the last point here with Potato once again losing this round, but now we're going on to round 3 with everything on the line here.
Whew, I'll tell you what, you love to see it, Dojin. Krunker Esports at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. We have gone to round 3 of the lower bracket final. Winner of this is going through to face Vivid Obsidian in the grand final, where Vivid Obsidian will have a 1-map advantage, which means they only need to win 1 map to be crowned this week's champions. But Zero Ground and Potato, they're taking us to the pinnacle of the mountain here. Dojin, how about you take us away here for this first one?
Absolutely. And if we look at the total kills, the differential is very close here. 121 versus 117 here. And Ace continuing to make this interesting, but it is going to be Nate swinging in, getting 3 onto the site. And now Zero Grind is going to be on the site here. And Kibbled and Jailed have to make this work against Irrational. And Irrational still continuing to stay alive here. And Zero Grind is going to be all over the site once again. Everyone peeking in one by one. This is a desperate approach come from Potato. They do have to take their time with this. 25 seconds left, and they finally are going to be going through all together here. Ace and Trans are going to be taken down, and Logic and Nate both working together there. And now, Zero Ground do have the advantage over them. 12 seconds left, another push coming through here. Kibble going to be taken down. Jofana won out to the Rational here, but Logic also getting the count to Ace in Transit, and Ramboros getting a count to Logic, but it's going to be a little bit too late. As Zero Ground still continues to hold this site down, as we are going on to second here. As Potato still holding on, and Kibble's getting actually taken down, and Logic coming through with a 3-piece with a 4-kill streak.
Very, very nicely done. Logic, when he's on, he's on. Ace in Transit is also on, finds Jameems, but Logic is just matching his number evenly here, finds him downrange with the revolver. G-Van AK in hand, pushes Potato off this point. Jailed finds one as they go in, but Irrational is waiting off to the side. Kibble not expecting it, or is he? As the comms go out, but the damage was done. Irrational finds 2 before finally failing. Logic takes the dome away from Kibble, and G-Van, speaking of domes, finds Ace in Transit, Ramboros, and Jailed as well. He just pulled down their pants and spanked them all the way back to spawn, and now Irrational finds 3 for himself. Zero Ground are starting to run away with this one. There's still a fair bit to go here, Dojin, but Potato cannot afford to slip up. Jailed off to the side. Jameems with the axe takes down Ramboros, Lumberjack style. We get into this next point here. Zero Ground boast a comfortable lead.
Ace is really trying his hardest to keep this entire thing alive, but he is going to be taken down here. Irrational going for the peak. Kibble finding one out to Irrational, but G-Van and Jameez both making this work as they do conquer the site here with 45 seconds left, and Potato is very much behind, 1,000 points to be exact. They have to take this and make this work. They have to live off of a prayer here. Ramboros going for the swing onto Nate, and Nate still remaining alive with 1 HP left on his name. And Ace in Transit going through with the first pick. Ace in Transit has to find Nate on his flank here. Does find the second one, not to Nate though. And Kibble going for the peek here. He is going to be taken down. And Jailed and Ramboros, Kibble all have to work together here, but the pushes are going to be a little bit overwhelming from Zero Ground, but they still manage to make it work. Ace in Transit still remaining alive, but going to be taken down. Nate finding 2. Ramboros going through with the trade as well. And Kibble is going to be on the site now. Rational Jimmy is both going for the push here. And it is going to be Zero Ground with the last stay onto the point with 4 seconds left. And my God, Zero Ground has picked up their pace significantly better than before. And Potato is struggling to keep up.
Yeah, they want to take another bite at Vivid Obsidian in the grand final, that is for sure. But now as we head to construction site, Logic finds 2, make it 3! 3 headshots with the revolver. Oh, this is good news here for Zero Ground. Potato, they need a prayer. They need a miracle. They need divine intervention. They need something here because Zero Ground are just so strong. But as I say that, they bully them off the point. Kibble with that LMG, causing all kinds of problems for Zero Ground here at the moment. If Potato can hold here, they need a 4-man stack, but it just may be possible. They need to get there, though. My mathematics aren't that good, but Potato's still with a chance, and I believe we can see the knives coming through from Ace in Transit. He's got all of them. They're hunting here. That's huge. Very, very huge. No, I believe it will be Zero Ground who are going to be running away with this one. And I tell you what, how about the spectacle we're seeing here? The knives are just coming out here, but it will be Zero Ground who will have their shot at Vivid Obsidian in the grand final. Dojin, I'll tell you what, this game had everything. Shout out to Potato and Zero Ground for not only displaying fantastic Krunker esports, but fantastic sportsmanship. And how about them knife snakes at the end of those maps? You don't see that every day.